There's a season. There's a season for everything in life. Just today, I realized that it's actually August 18th, and there's a subtle change in the weather and the temperature. There's a feeling of a knowing that fall is around the bend. It's a gentle breeze that is ever so sweet. I mean, just feels like I love summer and I love spring. Don't get me wrong, but the breeze just tells me that fall is around the bend, and it reminds me of the seasons of life. Um, when we have different seasons, like the spring, the summer, the fall, the winter. I lived in South Florida for almost 30 years, and you hardly really noticed any seasons. It was like summer all year round. And if you live in places like Puerto Rico, it's like summer all year round. But I've been in Georgia now for almost a year, and yes, I did experience winter. I experienced fall. I experienced spring, and it's now at the tail end of summer. And I am aware of the seasons, and it makes me appreciate the seasons more when I experience them. The thing is that summer in Georgia, where I am, is very, very hot. I'm not complaining because the winter, my first winter here, was cold. And so when spring rolled around, wow, was I happy. And summer, mm, mm, mm. So it's not that I'm complaining, but I am very aware of the seasons and I appreciate them more. Whereas I think in South Florida, I kind of took it for granted because it was summer all year round. And so it is with life. I've had my share of suffering, my share of winter, when things are just dry and cold and uncomfortable. And I've had my share of spring, when in life, when things are just rosy and blooming and comfortable, not too hot and not too cold. And then, of course, in my life, I've had my season of summer where it's just hot. And I'm just so happy, and I'm in the spirit. I'm at the beach and I'm outside gardening in my spirit. I'm talking about spiritual now. I've experienced the seasons of life. The Bible says there's a season for everything. A season to plant and a season to reap, a season to cry and a season to laugh, a season to laugh and a season to mourn, season for everything. And because we go through these seasons in life, we learn to appreciate each of them and be grateful. So even though today there's a subtle change in the temperature, I give thanks for that subtle change because the breeze feels so good, so good, so good. So it's all about perception, really. If we could just learn to understand that life is about seasons, and if we could just kind of flow with the seasons, go with the seasons, then we'll realize that summers in our lives don't last forever. So when we have them, we should enjoy them. And winters don't last forever either. So be patient, endure, do the best we can with the winters in our life, the winter seasons in our life, knowing that they won't last forever and spring comes right after the winter. So enjoy the seasons in your life, do the best you can, because just know that none of these seasons will last forever. And remember to be grateful for the springs, The summer, the fall, and the winter, because they all come with their perks. You know what I mean? Some plants don't do well in the summer. They need the winter to hibernate, and they come back full bloom and beautiful in the spring. Such is life. Once you've lived for a few years, you come to realize that life does have seasons, and you just kind of go with the flow and do the best you can with each season, because none of them will last forever. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I've been outside quite a bit, just soaking up the sun, getting my vitamin D. I've been reading quite a bit, and reading about vitamin D and the benefits of vitamin D. Vitamin D is an essential vitamin. It's called the sun vitamin, and it is important for all aspects of our health, our cardiovascular system, or respiratory system, or digestive system, or skin when exposed to the sun makes vitamin D, which is essential for excellent health. I have read and heard from physicians who've studied vitamin D and its role in our health that vitamin D deficiency can lead to many, many disease conditions, including diabetes, depression, anxiety, heart disease, skin disease, even cancer. So it's important for us to get sun. Nowadays people are hiding from the sun, but we need the sun. If God didn't intend for us to use the sun or be exposed to the sun, we wouldn't have the sun. And what I've come to realize, well, I've always known that, it's just that some things kind of click after a while, is that we couldn't live without the sun. We need the sun. The plants need the sun, and we need the plants. We cannot live without the plants, and the plants cannot live without the sun. So the sun is important. Over the years, I have suffered from depression issues and insomnia issues, and I had learned that if I expose myself to at least half an hour of sunlight per day, I would be able to overcome these things, and it does work. Okay, so soak up the sun. I remember every year doing my physical, my doctor orders vitamin D level, and mine is always low. They say most people's vitamin, especially in the US where we're inside in air-conditioned space, most people have low vitamin D level. And so my doctor always orders vitamin D levels, check for me, and it's always low, even though I spend quite a bit of time in the sun. So she always orders vitamin D3 supplement for me to take every day, and of course for me to expose myself to at least half an hour of sunlight per day. And I do that. Okay, I've read that low vitamin D can cause irregular heartbeat, so it's important to get our vitamin D. And one thing my doctor told me is that the regular vitamin D pills don't work, that I need to take that soft gel called vitamin D3, also called cholecalciferol. And what that does, it stimulates the body to make its own vitamin D. Okay, I need to share that with you today. I want to wish you a great day till we meet again. God bless you.